Hello! How are you? It's tarot time, isn't it? Yippee! So we have our Universe Has Your Back card here. And we've had this before because this is obviously important. And you know, it's a message that I bring through in my new book, Truth, Spirit, Love, that is so close. You'll hear about it. You'll hear more about it. But this is a message that I feel quite passionate about, and it does pop up a little bit because we need to know this. True healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings lay beneath the triggers. Whew. It's easy, it's simple, but it can be really challenging. And, you know, I work this stuff regularly and it still gets me. I still find myself sitting down afterwards, after the fact of being angry or blaming and going, whew, actually I think there's some feelings that belong to me in here. So we get triggered, and triggers can be, in real time, the things that bother us can be frustrating or annoying, but our feelings can be much more amplified. So overreactions are a sign that we're getting triggered, and all we need to do is feel the feelings because they're energy and they will shift when we feel them. Good message. Okay, so shall we get centered for some cards? Yes, we shall. Okay, so taking a deep centering breath. What's the guidance for me for this week? And coming back and choosing, got Australian animals again because I think that's pretty cool at the moment. So a tarot card as well. So these are card 1, card 2, and these are card 3. Which is yours? Okay, good. Some of you might be wondering where Tiger is. There he is. Hi, Tiger. Alrighty. Card number 1 is the Hermit. So you might know this one now. This is about solitude and needing some time to yourself. It's a withdrawal card. So taking yourself away from people, being on your own. And maybe that's, if you've got a busy house, maybe that's a night or two in your room with the door closed, with your journal or your shows or your book, or just some meditation and yoga and reflection time. It might look like going away for a weekend. It might even look like going away for longer. So you can do this at home or away, but it's withdrawal. It's a time when you're not so social. So you want to find your light. You need to come within. It's an internal energy. Got that? A cool card. It's even cooler when we add the eagle to it. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So this is a big power card in this Australian animal deck. Don't have the book here. That's not exactly what it's called. Maybe Animal Wisdom. Australian animals, sorry. I'll put it in the comments. So eagle, this is about connecting with our spirit. So let's see, there's a word or two on here that's really quite pertinent. Spirit, spiritual healing, wisdom, these are the things that we find when we go within. So how beautiful that I've randomly drawn that to match the Hermit. So it's power. You're finding your own power by having some quiet time just for you. That's pretty good guidance for this week. That can be like, these major arcana cards can often be a bigger deal than just a few days or a week. You might be in this for a little while, the Hermit. And the second card is a major arcana card as well. Another life lesson. The Devil. Do not panic when you see the Devil. So what's the Devil all about? This is our base desires. So it's quite a basey card, really, but it can take us away from a more spiritual part of ourselves. And I think in this instance, we need to be mindful of where we're getting drawn away from our own values and our own inner sense of well-being by, like my mum used to say back when I studied tarot a million years ago, it's the sex, drugs and rock and roll card. And that's all fun. That can be fun, especially when you're young. And it can be fun when you're not young as well, when we do it with mindfulness. But doing it as a way of avoiding how we're feeling and avoiding what our intuition and how we need to go forward, it can be a bit of a problem. So the devil can have us sliding into drinking too much wine, or avoiding our feelings by sex addiction, or who knows what addiction. You know, make a long, huge list of all the different ways that we avoid how we're feeling, like that initial card we were looking at. So you might get called into the dark side, and maybe that's fun if you do it with mindfulness. But mindfulness is the key here. So it can be a devil that presents themselves externally from us as well, like, you know, the devil that lures us in. But see how this image of Pan here, he's kind of controlling them. He's like the puppet master. But we have ultimate control. So stay curious about where you're getting lured by yourself or possibly someone else. But I'm loving what came with this, which is transformation, the butterfly. That came up a week or two ago, didn't it? So grace, transformation. So we have the power to completely transform. If this is a habit, maybe for you it's a habit and you've been contemplating change for a while. Change is in the air. Transforming is in the air. So that's awesome. All right, and number 3 is the 4 of Pentacles. So a minor arcana card in the suit of Pentacles, which is the earth realm. So this is to do with our body and stuff. Pentacles, earth, it's like real-time stuff. So often money it can be about as well. But if it is about money, this is where we're holding on too tightly at the expense of doing what we really want to be doing. So holding on rigidly, and the energy of number 4 can be a bit too rigid, especially in this earthy suit, which is kind of solid anyway. So it's rigid times solid. It makes it a bit too sticky. So I'd like to read you just a little piece from the Mythic book, because it really sums it up quite nicely. So the 4 warns about an attitude of holding too tightly to things which are bound up with one's sense of self-value. So that's really worth looking at. If you're equating your money with who you really are, this might not be conscious. It's probably not conscious, but it's worth exploring because it's very interesting. The fear of loss may mean no loss, but it also means no gain. So, you know, sitting with your money in the bank until you die is, you know, that's not helpful, is it? That's an extreme way. You're probably not sitting on a whole lot of money that you're never going to use until you die, but you know what I mean. So it means no gain so the fear of loss may mean no loss, but also means no gain, for there is a stagnation of creative energy, which can eventually not only block funds, but block your self-expression. So see the kind of envy of this younger person who's being creative and doing what they want to do. So don't hold too tightly to your stuff or your money, or your health even, at the expense of what you really want to be doing. Something really cool to ponder. And I like that I chose the kangaroo to go with this. Isn't that a cool image? But abundance is a word on here. So that really, isn't that great to match what we were just seeing? Maybe it's time to start thinking abundantly and know that if you spend money on what it is that's calling your intuition, that the universe always provides. But remember, this suit is also about our body. If it's not about funds, which it usually is, it often is, but it can be where we're restricting ourselves with our body as well at the expense of what we could be doing. You know, maybe you could be at the gym and instead of thinking that you're too sore and unfit to be doing that. Just as an example, weave that in if and how it applies to you. So kangaroo, what else have we got on here? Universal law, love. Diamond. So they've got that stones associated with these cards, but that would symbolize abundance. So we can start thinking abundantly. Unity, family. Yeah, what's calling to you in that? Okay, very good. So happy week, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, if you don't, what was I going to say? If you don't follow me on Facebook, that is hilarious because you're on Facebook right now. Stay tuned for more book info. True Spirit Love. Yippee. See ya.